everyone, I'm Evangeline right here at eTrailer. Today we are taking a look at how the Thule Verse bike rack fits on our 2023 Kia Seltos. Now this is going to be a really sturdy and hefty rack, great for pretty much any bike that you may want to load onto it, but it is also available in two sizes, so one for an 1.25" hitch and the other for a 2" hitch. Now those are both options on the Seltos, so I recommend that you double check which hitch you have, and if you don't have one, you can actually find one custom fit right here at eTrailer. Now, I have it in the compact position here today because this is usually how I see the bike rack, because lots of people like to leave this on when they're going out and about. Now, for the people behind you, this is what you're going to see. There, you are going to have full visibility through your window. Your taillights are going to be pretty visible as well. Your license plate is kind of covered, and your backup camera sits right here in this opening there. So since your camera's offset, you're going to have a little bit more visibility, but it is going to be slightly limited. So just be mindful, and I do recommend you relying on your mirrors when you're traveling around. Now, this will only sit about 14 inches from our bumper to the end of the rack. So it is going to be a lot more compact compared to when it is down with a bike loaded on it. So when you pull the lever and bring the rack down, you can now load a bike up. So we're gonna get things set here. We're gonna first remove this strap, get that out of the way. This can actually tuck right into the cradle here, and this can slide back and forth for different wheelbases. Same thing up front. Your front wheel cradle can adjust back and forth for better clearance from bike to bike. And this does have a 60-pound weight capacity for your bikes. So getting this up and onto the rack, just lift this up into place. And we'll adjust that cradle in a second. Let's talk about this front wheel mount. So this actually has a lever up here that makes it a bit more ergonomic, easier to grip so that you can adjust it. And then this ratchets down onto your tire. I always recommend ratcheting it as close to the fork as possible. You can really hear it ratchet into place. And then what you're gonna want to do is go to the rear cradle, scooch this up against your tire, and then secure your wheel with the strap, lining up that rubber pad over the rim so that you don't scratch or scuff it. Now, Thule likes to put ratcheting levers into a lot of their items, and those are levers that are operated by lifting it up and just gives you a much tighter fit overall. So you just go back and fine-tune everything, making sure everything is secure, and now you're ready to go for a drive. So this is what your bike rack is going to look like with a bike loaded up here. With that 60-pound weight capacity, you can carry your extra heavy electric bikes, and with the ability to move those cradles back and forth, even for your longer wheelbases or similarly shaped bikes, this is going to be a really good fit for that. Something that I really like too is just the location of this handle. You'll see a lot of people have the handle in over here to be a bit more compact, which is an option for you. But when you're going out for a ride at the trailhead, you could even leave your bike rack handles out like this, where it won't go into the way of people trying to park, but it will be right there ready for you when you get your bike loaded. Now we do have the extra bike repair stand up on that handle. That's not something you're gonna get with just the bike rack. It is an add-on. You can check that one out here at eTrailer. Now, I talked about how much space this rack took up when it was in the folded position. But with the down and ready to go position, from the bumper to the end of the rack, that's about 39 inches. And that's a decent amount of length added to the back of our vehicle. So it is something to be mindful of when you are parked in a garage or you need to park into a tight spot. The next measurement is going to be ground clearance. So from where the bike sits to the ground, that tray is going to be 19 inches. From the end of the rack to the ground, right there, the stopper there, that's going to be 16 inches. Compare that to my hitch receiver, where that bottom inside edge is about 11 inches off the ground, give or take an inch. And you have some pretty good ground clearance, which is good for the Seltos, because then you're not bottoming out when you're driving around. Now, the final thing here that I like to look at is the tilt away function. And this is important if you need to get something up and out of your hatch. Now, I use 2 hands to pull that lever just because I need that extra support to bring this down to a tilt, since the rack, as well as if I did have this loaded up with bikes, would be pretty heavy. So with that tilted away, we have so much space. We can get into our vehicle, grab our helmets, switch out our shoes, no problem, because we're able to tilt the rack away with the bikes. And that makes things a lot easier, because now all one needs to do is lift this rack up and it snaps into place and we're now ready to drive. So if you're looking for how this bike rack looks and works on the Seltos, hopefully this video was helpful for you. If you do have a smaller SUV or smaller vehicle, you're gonna have a similar experience. But you can also check out our other test fit videos here at eTrailer, where you can see this in or on different vehicles, and you have different looks there too. Now, all the information about just the bike rack itself is available on our site. And if you have any questions, or let's say you have a picture of how this fits on your own vehicle, send that to us right here at eTrailer. We'd love to help you out. But today, this was a look at the Thule Verse 2-bike platform rack, and you saw it on the 2023 Kia Seltos.